Hello Aquarius, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Jen with Bohemian Path Tarot, and today we are doing July readings. As always, these are general readings for a general Aquarius audience. And so please just take what resonates for you and leave the rest for another Aquarius or another day. I invite you to check out the videos for your major astrological placements, your sun sign, your rising sign, or your moon sign. Cross watchers are welcome. Or really just check out whatever videos you're drawn to. But the ones for your major astrological placements tend to be the most resonant. Sometimes one or the other is more resonant, and sometimes it's kind of a combination. A little bit from each one gives you the best advice. So we've got the Unfolding Path Tarot and one card pull from the Sweet Blossom Lenormand, and you got the Gentleman or the Man, which typically means that a man will figure in to your July. And that can mean a romantic partner or a boss, a agent, a father figure. Some male in your life will bring you some information, bring a job, play some role. We don't see yet in which way this will figure. This, just a single card from the Lenormand doesn't give us that piece. But connecting it with the tarot, we see you have 4 major arcana cards. That's kind of huge. That speaks to a major shift in life trajectory. When we see major arcana, and a lot of them, we're seeing changes happening both internally and externally. So we're seeing that you're wanting to make changes, and that is affecting your external world as well. So looking at the first column here, your cover card is Justice. For me, the Justice card is about contracts. So if you've been waiting for news about a job, you could get that contract. If you're waiting for news about escrow, or if you're waiting for some sort of banking news, literally a judgment, like a legal judgment that could come in. But as far as contracts go, there's always the inherent advice here with the Justice card, especially with employment situations or anytime you make an agreement, that there's the advice here to read the fine print and make sure you're agreeing to or signing off on what you think you are signing off on. Make sure you put into writing when you're committing to something with a friend or a family member. Like even if you're doing something as simple as committing to buying a food truck with your brother or something, make sure that everybody's on the same page about what the commitment is, who's in charge of what, that you are getting what is fair for you, and that you are getting what is due for you. Now we see this is paired with the Emperor. So again, like the Gentleman here, this Emperor could actually be a man external to you. I don't always read the Emperor that way, but I think with the Gentleman showing up here, I think it's likely that this in your case, Aquarius, this could be a man that is figuring into this contract. So like a boss, an agent, a business partner, is somebody, maybe even something like a judge. Somebody is factoring into this decision, this contract. And the Emperor typically has also, not for nothing, I've done 8 readings so far this month. And this is the 5th time the Emperor has shown up. So there's a lot of this boss man energy showing up. The Emperor is typically a character that needs something to show up in his world. He is creating something. And I'm using male pronouns typically out of habit. He doesn't always necessarily represent an actual male person. In your case, I think it may be. But this is somebody that needs to create something in their world, needs to bring a vision to life. Often it's an entrepreneurial thing, but sometimes it could be something like planning a wedding or building a house, something like that. So take it as it resonates for you. It's going to be different for different Aquarians, but this guy is not one to trifle with, right? Like, he knows what he wants, even if it isn't an actual he type human, but I think it might be in this case. So if you are dealing with this individual as an individual, if it isn't an aspect of you, this would be a great person to have on your side. This would be an interesting individual to go up against. But the fact that the Justice card shows up shows that justice is on your side as long as you are playing fair. That's the trick about the Justice card. As long as you are playing fair, you get what's fair. You get what is due for you. Okay? So, yeah, and if this Emperor is not a business partner or a romantic partner or a colleague in some way, this could just be more sort of evidence that you are building your vision, you are bringing your project into the world, into 3 dimensions, and it may need a contract, it may need some legal binding support to make it happen. So the gentleman could even be like a lawyer, a litigator, someone who draws up the contract, something like that. Now, the next column is super interesting as well. This is a really interesting reading. It sounds weird to say, oh, your reading is so interesting, but it really is. We have 2 kind of contrary cards almost. The first card we have here is the 5 of Swords, which is a character who has just done battle. And wow, she has been through it, right? She survived. And again, doesn't necessarily have to be a she, but I would typically kind of associate the central character with you. And the thing about the 5 of Swords is it typically means the battle was tough because there was some missing piece of information. Something was not included in like the contract, or something was left out of the conversation, and so things just went, a conversation or a negotiation was tough because something was misunderstood or not everybody was on the same page. But just kind of, you can consider this moment or this chapter as, a dry run, or, a good reason to make sure you're reading the fine print, or make sure everybody's on the same page. Now, eventually, you're going to have a change of fortune or a change of luck, or it could just be that because of this sort of dry run, or whatever happened over here, you're better prepared to change your luck in this moment. The Wheel of Fortune is typically a change of fortune. But I always struggle with this card, because there are times and phases where, we do have an easier time of luck. But also, we can create our own luck just by being prepared, right? Just by being ready to meet the moment. So I think what this column is really talking about is meeting the moment by being prepared. You better your luck, or you create your luck, or you change your luck by making sure you dot your I's, you cross your T's, you have all of the evidence for the banker or whatever documentation you need. I think that's what this is all about. And when you're ready with your presentation or whatever it is, that's when this whole thing shifts. And when you're able to kind of release yourself from this kind of dark, misinformation stage, and move through this change of fortune, then there's literally this presentation. For me, the Seven of Wands is kind of like the audition, the interview, the thesis defense, the, maybe going to court, or presenting to the bankers, or the Shark Tank, or, the loan officer, or whatever it might be, right? And this character in the Seven of Wands is ready. This character is ready to defend her ground, or she has the skills, she has the, she's properly armed, and she has the energy, she has everything she needs. She is, she even has her music, she has her outfit, she is good to go. And then paired with that is the Fool. The Fool is the new beginning. The Fool, it sounds like this is not about she made a mistake and now she's a fool. This is the new beginning. This is the fresh start. This is the new chapter. So whatever you were looking to bring forth or bring forward, here it is. It is the new chapter in the Fool. And it's this feeling of lightheartedness. It's this feeling of freedom. It's this feeling of I can relax. After you give the presentation or do the audition, or, whatever this piece is, there's just this lightness and this ability to relax, or, give yourself into, I don't know any other way to say it. You can just let go. Look at how different, look at how different these two characters are, right? Can we get these in focus? He is so stiff and hard, and she is so ready to party. Because she did it. She has no fears. Oh, what? There we go. She did it. She has no more fears. So Aquarius, if you're coming into this month needing to solidify a contract or a conversation or a commitment, to finalize some project, to bring it into the world, even if there is some misunderstanding, miscommunication, this reading says you are going to get it straightened out, even if there's a moment or, a phase of confusion or chaos. breathe, maybe do a little yoga, but you are going to collect what you need to collect, including your own sanity, and present what you need to present. And by the month's end, you're going to be able to move forward with a fresh new start. And there is a gentleman who is of some support to you with this project, contract, conversation, commitment, job. Take it as it resonates. So I'm going to leave it there. I hope that's helpful, Aquarius. If you enjoyed this reading, I hope you'll consider liking, sharing, subscribing, all that good stuff. In any case, thank you so much for dropping by. Take good care. Until next time, bye for now.